Hello everyone, this is Raji. In this video, let us learn about Power Query Editor. So Power Query Editor is used to clean the data so that we can visualize the data better. This Power BI desktop also comes with Power Query Editor. So we can use this Power Query Editor to connect to one or many data sources, shape and transform the data to meet our needs, then load that model into Power BI desktop. So it is nothing but it is a data transformation and data preparation engine with a graphical interface for getting data from multiple data sources, which is then transformed using Power Query Editor for data analysis. So to go into Power Query Editor, so I have already loaded a table from the website. Now to go to Power Query Editor, simply we need to click Transform the Data option available in Power BI Desktop. Just click Power Transform Data. So now Power Query Editor will be opened. So this is the Power Query Editor. So it filters, this Power Query Editor filters, transforms, combine and create data from common data analysis services, Excel, Power BI and others. So this Power Query Editor, let me say more about this Power Query Editor first. This Power Query Editor is available in two options, Power Query Desktop and Power Query Online. This Power Query can be used in Microsoft products and services like Excel, Power BI, Power Apps, Power Automate, Azure Data Factory, SQL Server Integration Services, SQL Server Analysis Services, and Dynamics 365, Customer Insights, and many more. So, different labels of Power Query Editor are M engine. So, it is the underlying query execution engine that runs queries expressed in Power Query formula language called M. So M language is used here in this Power Query. So this Power Query desktop is found in desktop application and Power Query online is found in web browser applications and data flow. It is a it is used as a service that runs in the cloud. And let me say about this Power Query editor first. Here, if you observe, we can see many buttons, and all these buttons are basically tools that help us to transform the data. So, all of the beauty of this Power Query editor is, so all of the steps we do will be recorded on the right side, which is shown as applied steps. So we can move to every step and see how the data is looking. So we can also modify some of the steps that we have applied at a previous step. So here it is. So if we don't want this row, I'm simply right clicking and just I will click remove. So the row is removed. See, the step we have applied is recorded here. Removed row, removed columns. So let me change the data type. Here I am changing the data type to whole number. So here we have an under recorded step called change type 1. So if you want, we can go to this step. See, if we go to this step, here the data type is not changed. So if we come to this step, the data type is changed. So we can move, we can also modify some of these steps. So if we can modify, if we want to modify, we can modify the steps here. Um, Next, here in Power Query Editor, we mainly use M language. Generally, Power BI supports two different languages. that is M-language and DAX, that can be used to filter, manage, and visualize data. The main difference between M-language and DAX is data analysis expression. M-language is a query formula language used in Power BI query editor to prepare data before it can be loaded into the Power BI model, while DAX is an analytical data calculation language in Power BI used for in-depth data analysis after the data is loaded. So M language is before the data is loaded, DAX is after data is loaded. So we use both M language in Power Query Editor and DAX in Data View model. So there is no common thing between M and DAX languages. Both M and DAX have different underlying code structures and logics. Both are not dependent upon each other and cannot be used simultaneously. So this Power Query, while comparing Power Query and Excel, Power Query is an expression language like Excel formulas and can be written or modified in the Power Query editor. While Excel formulas are not case sensitive, these Power Query formulas are case sensitive. So M language is a case sensitive language. So this is an overview of this Power Query editor. Let us have a clean and shape and transform of data in common videos. So this is all about today's video. Thank you.